Hello everyone, welcome back to Chibi and Chilled Anime Podcast, the podcast that talks all about all things anime, all things manga, anything that you're kind of thinking Japan related, it's about anime, it's about manga. I'm going to be talking about it on this podcast, so be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss an episode. So I'm your host Ryan, and I'm a massive anime and manga fan, and I have been for many years, since the 90s, since I was a kid. And that fad has never truly ended. So a few things before we dive into today's episode. Down in the episode show notes you'll find links to my Etsy shop where you can find a bunch of anime themed goodies for you to shop and enjoy. So there's pin badges, there's stationery, there's keyrings and more. Whether you're a One Piece fan, a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, a Pokemon fan, a Mario fan or anything else, you'll find a goodie on the shop for you to check out. There's something for every anime and manga fan over there. Right now, there's also 25% off most items on the shop, so be sure to check out everything at a great deal. The link is down in the footer in the show notes, so be sure to check out my Etsy shop, Chibi Weeb merch on Etsy. If you're a gamer, much like me, then why not check out Razer? You can find a bunch of accessories from mouses, keyboards, headsets, mouse mats and more, to the bigger stuff like gaming laptops and desktops. Over on Razer website, link down below, you can shop a whole host of gaming accessories from the Chroma range, which is all colourful, which is my favourite stuff, to more sleek black stuff, including even their own merchandise, clothing, bags and accessories. There's something for everyone, and with the holiday season coming up, it's November now, why not check out Razer.com for your holiday shopping for the gamer in your life. Maybe it's you, why not treat yourself? The link is down below for you to check out and shop. So this episode is all about 5 anime you should check out if you're a fan of Attack on Titan. And the Attack on Titan anime has officially ended now after 10 years of airing, and this is one of MAPPA's crowning glories and one that has become a cult and modern classic. It's one of my favourite animes and one that I will return to. I want to return to it more or less immediately, but I'm going to give it a little bit of breathing space. But it had an amazing last episode, and there were so many Easter eggs, and I think my favourite bit, I won't show any spoilers, but my favourite bit could be the very last bits of the episode that actually shows in the credits down in the corner. And it's the super interesting kind of little credit shots of showing the future of the world of Attack on Titan, it raises more questions about the world of Attack on Titan and the future and these 2 characters that we see, but super fascinating. And it's not all totally over for the series, however. The manga is due to have a new edition of 18 pages, a new chapter, and there are some rumours as to what these pages will show. And I think it's going to be a deep dive into a character's backstory, another chapter showing the future of Attack on Titan or some other characters. But we have got a cover now at the time of this recording. It's got a cover and it shows Levi, Falco and Gabby sat on a bench along with some other characters in the background. And there's a lot to unpack with that. I forgot entirely when that releases, but I'm sure I shared it on another episode of Weekly News Roundup episode. So go back on there, subscribe, or start your free trial on Apple Podcasts for those, and you'll find it, or you can just Google it as well. But before we look into anime recommendations for Attack on Titan, back on track with this week's episode, we have to look at the categories of anime that Attack on Titan actually fits into. And Attack on Titan has themes of a bunch of stuff. So it's got a theme of horror, action, and then kaiju. And kaiju is a Japanese theme of large monsters, so the Titans, right? And with these in mind, let's look at some anime that could be right up your street if you're an anime fan just like me, and Attack on Titan fan specifically just like me. So first off the bat, we've got Vinland Saga, and this has such a cult following, and I love history, and this is one of the ones that I'm yet to try out, but it's been on my watch list for so long, and I've just never got around to starting it off. But I hear nothing but good things about this anime, and it's also kind of cool that it's set between England and Denmark. Living in England, that's very cool, and this is definitely on my watch list, and it's one that you should definitely check out as well. This anime is set during the 11th century, and Vinland Saga uses a revenge story as an entry point into the war between England and the Danish Vikings. Very historical, but the plot kind of says, after witnessing his father's murder, Thorfinn joins a Viking crew of the person responsible for killing him, Asklad. As he searches for an opportunity to get his revenge, Thorfinn accompanies Asklad to England on a politically driven journey that provides a nuanced representation of war. Season 2 is much different apparently to Season 1, but it's also great in its own way. I'm not entirely sure if that means it's not as good, but it's got season 2, so 2 seasons to dive into, and it's kind of similar to Attack on Titan in the theme of its two forces kind of battling it out. That's very rough, I guess, but definitely check this one out. It's super top quality of what I've heard anyway. Definitely worth checking out. This is quite high up on my watch list. Our next anime recommendation for Attack on Titan fans is one that's a little bit darker in a different kind of way. So we've got The Promised Neverland, and this manga is so heavily loved, and it's become an absolute fan favorite. And this anime always gets rave reviews about the first season, and there are mixed reviews about the second season, I have to be honest. But I love the concept of this one, and it feels quite different to other anime I watch, which is why I put it on this list. I'm always into, I kind of tend to stick to similar anime that I end up watching, so it's nice to kind of delve into a different kind of storyline, different kind of story in the end. And this one has a continuous kind of looming sense of doom, and it's all about, in a nutshell, it's adopted kids being fed to demons. So kind of you get the vibe of Attack on Titan because of the Titans eating the humans, that kind of vibe. This has been on my watch list for a very long time, and because of season 2 not getting the rave reviews, I've not actually started it, and that's, I have to be honest. But I need to pick this one up, and this one is it's quite high up, and I've still not got around to giving it the time and dedication that I should. But be better than me. Start this anime. Don't listen to what the reviews say about season 2. Dive into it, go into it with open eyes, open arms, I guess, and just enjoy the ride of The Promised Neverland. The third recommendation is Full Metal Alchemist and / Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So there's essentially two makes of the anime, and they're kind of both worth checking out, really. The anime is one of the most loved anime and manga of all time. Yet again, I'm going to say it again, it's a modern classic. And Brotherhood is the adaptation that's more faithful to the source manga, but you still should check out the first one anyway. They are the same story, essentially, but both series adapt the events of the manga until Mace Hugh's death, only to veer off into different directions afterwards. So it's accurate to say that Full Metal Alchemist after episode 26 and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood after episode 10 tell quite entirely different stories. So you kind of get 2 for 1 with this one, but the first one is often regarded as unfinished because of the timing of the manga chapters and the timing of the anime adaptation that was running alongside, but I would say it's purely a personal decision. But this anime is just beloved, and there's themes of grief in there's themes of human experimentation. So all these themes do kind of reflect a little bit of what we see in Attack on Titan with the Titans and the syringes and all that kind of stuff. So there's so many kind of similar themes to this one, and yeah, definitely check it out. It's one of the most beloved ones, and definitely one to watch. I think I'm going to end up saying that. Spoiler, I'm going to say that for every single one of this list because obviously I put it on this list for a reason. So go ahead, treat yourself, go check this out. The festive season is here, and with that is my new range of Christmas card designs over on Thortful.co.uk. Over there you'll find my 3 new Christmas cards for mum, boyfriend and husband, all available to purchase right now in a bunch of new sizes, including ones filled with chocolate, champagne, flowers, and your normal standard A5 and A4 cards. Show notes to shop my 3 new Christmas cards, a Father's Day card and a Happy Birthday card, so be sure to check out thoughtful.co.uk for your Christmas cards this year. So the next anime I'm going to recommend is more of a fantasy vibe than Attack on Titan, but it's definitely one that's got the acclaim to back it up. So it's called Goblin Slayer, and this one again is more fantasy vibe. This anime always reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, and the world around it has a similar kind of Germanic vibe to Attack on Titan, which mainly is what led me to it. But it also has the deeper meanings behind the stuff and the events that Attack on Titan has, and definitely, as we've seen in the final episode of Attack on Titan, those deeper meanings and kind of deeper notes within the story and the anime. And this one, again, has the similar bleak atmosphere while exploring a struggle for survival in a world plagued by danger and uncertainty, with action packed battles, intense character development, and unexpected plot twists left, right, and centre. So, all of those are super, super similar to what we see in Attack on Titan. So, all of that aside, if you're not into kind of the fantasy goblin Slayer effort, which I didn't think I would be, it kind of it can be hard to look past it sometimes. But if you kind of take the world and take the characters and go into it more open arms, and I don't get me wrong, I love a fantasy vibe. I'm not into goblins though, not my thing. However, it's really, really interesting. There's kind of like a princess in it and all this kind of stuff. It does at some points have a little bit of fan service, very busty ladies in it sometimes, but we kind of expect that from some anime nowadays. But definitely check this one out if you kind of want to mix the fantasy side with the Attack on Titan vibes. Definitely want to check out from a more, not playful, but different take on the similar themes. And the final anime that I'll recommend for Attack on Titan fans is Berserk. And this one is one that kind of goes without saying, to be fair, because of the kind of themes that it has and the kind of story, I guess. But Berserk is another absolute classic. This one is just, it's the top of so many people's anime lists, and it's not afraid to delve into the darker, more brutal and mature themes of anime and storytelling. And aesthetically, I would say it's pretty close to Attack on Titan. The series follows the journey of a lone mercenary named Guts as he battles his way through a world plagued by demons, evil spirits, and corrupt armies, all while under the watchful hand of the God Hand, quote unquote. A terrifying group of eldritch, horror-esque beings that have him under their thumb as he works to eke out a bleak existence. And with it being, when we look at Attack on Titan, it's gory without it being overly gory. It's kind of like brutal and bloody battles, and that's the kind of theme you can expect from Berserk. There's quite a few Berserks now, like various arcs and stuff, but definitely just one out. Berserk, the first thing I think of when I think of Berserk is the huge hardback books that you see in the manga section of stores. They're enormous, and that again, I mean that's similar to the Attack on Titan giant Titan volumes, isn't it? The Colossal volumes, they're huge, they're super cool. But definitely check this one out if you're looking for an anime that's darker than the others on this list and it's a little bit more brutal, a little bit more mature, a little bit again like Attack on Titan. Then definitely add this to your watch list. Some of these you can enjoy over the Christmas period, while if you need a respite from family, or if you need to delve into and start a brand new anime now that Attack on Titan's done, or maybe rounding up some of the other anime on your list, like I am desperately trying to do. I have so many anime that I have not finished on my list that I want to finish before the end of the year to kind of renew a little bit, but I always say this and it never really happens. But definitely check out Berserk. It's darker, and I love a dark anime. I love anime, which is why Attack on Titan really drew me in, because it's slightly darker than other anime that I watch. So definitely give this one a try. So, which anime on this list will you be checking out? I didn't really try to do this in any order, but there's some on here that I haven't started and ones I have almost recommended to myself after doing some research. There's ones such as Vinland Saga and The Promised Neverland that I think are so high up my list that I've needed to start for a very long time. So I think I'll probably start those first. But I think I do need to watch Attack on Titan again. I know this is obviously a recommendation thing, but because we've had so many breaks in between the episodes and the releases, I kind of need to start it all the way from the beginning, and I'm more than happy to do that. I kind of want to do that knowing what I know about the story now. I know there's obviously spoilers in there now, but I think I'll pick up on different Easter eggs, and I think I'll pick up on different things in the backgrounds or bits that the characters say. So I think I do really want to start it again. I don't want to start it again, though, and drop off. I need to be aware of that. There is every possibility that I could do that because I know what's going to happen. But definitely do want to watch it again. Maybe not this side of the year. Maybe in 2024, maybe over the new year, I may watch it again. But let me know in the review down below. Please do leave a review. But let me know in the review which one of these anime you'll be checking out. If you can find me on all my social media, so TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, or X as it's known now, all that good stuff. And let me know, message me, comment on one of my recent posts, and let me know which anime you checked out of this list. Or if you've got a different recommendation for Attack on Titan fans like myself, then leave them in the comments, review, leave it wherever, and I'll find it, and I can add that anime to my watch list. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. If you're new to the podcast, thank you so much for checking this out. I really do appreciate every single listen, every follow, every download. It really does mean a lot. From one weeb to another, thank you so much. If you're wanting any anime merch, head over to my social media links. Find me on social media, find me on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And you'll see a link to my eBay shop where I have a bunch of anime themed prints for you to check out with worldwide shipping. Please do leave a rating and a review on the podcast platform that you're listening on this to. It really does support the show. It only takes a few seconds and it's free. I cannot ask. If I ask one thing of you, I'd ask that. Please do leave a rating and a review. Even if it's not great, please let me know. You know, it's even a bad one. Well, bad press is always, what's the saying? Any press is good press, I guess. Oh, that rhymed. So a rating and a review would be great. It really does support the show, so thank you so much for whatever kind of review you do leave. Sometimes finding a birthday card or an occasion card can be a boring task. However, I have some anime themed cards on my Thortful.co.uk creator profile, which is found in my links on social media. Over on Thortful, you'll find a bunch of anime themed cards such as Studio Ghibli Happy Birthday cards and more, with my range being updated regularly. Each card is processed by Thortful.co.uk, with shipping being fast, quick and efficient. You can shop my anime themed cards over on my Instagram, with my links being over on there. Search Chibi Weeb Anime and you'll find me. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. It really does mean a lot. Please do leave a rating and a review down below. It really does support the show and it's free to do. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend. If you're a subscriber or if you're thinking of subscribing or starting the free trial on Apple Podcasts, I'll see you on Sunday for the next episode of the Chibi Piece exclusive Apple Podcast exclusive episode on Sunday. Thanks guys. Bye bye.